It's almost like you're back in time.
Yeah, right. It's like a vintage kind of.
It's
not. But it's not though. It's not like all old like crap shops.
I know, but I feel no. It's like nice shops that just still kind of have their original signs and stuff.
Welcome to the Exploring New Jersey podcast, where we discover what it's like to live, work, and play in towns throughout New Jersey. Join us as we visit these communities, meet the people, and of course, try the local pizza and give you a real-time opinion of what it's like here. And now for your hosts, Scott and Pete.
All right, what is up, guys? We are back with another episode of Exploring New Jersey. What's up, Scott?
What's going on, my man?
Not much, dude. So, all right. So today we have Pompton Lakes.
Pompton Lakes, not to be confused with Pompton Plains.
Not to be confused with Pompton Plains, Pequannock, or just the overall
area in general.
Pompton, right?
I'm like, where does this end? Where does this start?
And people just call it Pompton.
Pretty much.
Like people just go into Pompton area. But we are talking more specifically today about Pompton Lakes.
Correct.
Pompton Plains can be another day. So we both took a drive through there today, actually separately. What were your first thoughts, man? What are some things, some takeaways?
Well, I was kind of laughing with you saying that I didn't realize how nice the town was. I always heard good things, but to actually be driving through and seeing the neighborhoods myself, really impressed. I would say the downtown area, like just going down, I think that's Wanacue Ave, I think.
Wanacue Ave, yeah.
Seeing like all the shops and everything, you kind of got a real good sense of what this town is all about. I don't know if you noticed a little sporting goods store on the left-hand side. And bunch of shirts that just have like Cardinals on them.
Oh, I saw there's Cardinals everything all over.
Yeah.
So I actually, and when I went to join the Facebook page, they asked me what the town like mascot was, and I wasn't too sure. But then when I drove through the town today, I was like, okay, well, you definitely know what the town mascot is if you've like ever been.
I think they were trying to vet you to make sure that you were real and not a robot. But it seems like a pretty easy answer once you drive through.
Yeah, and I didn't actually even know that they really had like that downtown kind of trip, that Wanacue Ave, which I was really impressed when I went by. It was like super cute. Definitely has like a little bit more of like a, I don't know if rural is really the right word, but it's like got that like kind of, I don't know.
It's almost like you're back in time.
Yeah, right. It's like a vintage kind of.
It's
not though. It's not like all old like crap shops.
I know, but I feel no. It's like nice shops that just still kind of have their original signs and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was very hard to. It seems like something you'd see in like a show or a movie.
Right, yeah, like a scene, like an old Western almost.
Kind of.
You drive up. Not that it looks like that now, but you could see how like there was a time where it looked like that. Anyway, we're going on about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Ken's Magic Shop was there.
Saw that.
Ken's Magic Shop for any of the magicians out there want to go.
Also the Rage store.
Rage Room.
Yeah, Rage Room. Yeah, so basically if you're ever having a bad day, you could just go there and whack the snots out of some electronics and stuff, relieve some stress.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about where Pompton Lakes is. So Pompton Lakes is Passaic County. Mm-hmm. Some of the bordering towns that you'll hear, like we mentioned, Pompton Plains, Riverdale, Bloomingdale, Wayne, Oakland. These are all towns that border, and I think Haskell /
Wanacue is right there as well.
Yep. Wanacue is right there. So as far as access goes, what did you take to get there?
So coming from home, being in Wanacue, I pretty much just took Ringwood Ave down until it dumped me in the city center. Okay. But typically, I mean, if I was going there from your area, I'd probably take 23 to... You could either get off on 23 or 287 will put you right there as well.
Yeah, so 23, yep, right where like that 23, 287 actually meets in Riverdale. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you're right there. Also the other side, because we had a little traffic accident this morning.
Yeah.
In which case it would have taken me Parkway to 208, which I think then would have taken me maybe...
To like 202 through Oakland.
Yeah, 202, yeah, or 287 would have taken
Either way, yeah.
So... Kind of another, there's no major highways that really run through it, but it's all kind of...
Well, you have Hamburg Turnpike, which is kind to highway in and of itself, right?
Yeah, but you're not hitting like...
You're not
commuting.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not taking Hamburg into the city, right?
Agreed.
So, all right. So, yeah. So that's a little bit about as far as where the location was. And now, as silly as this sounds, Pompton Lakes, I've known of Pompton Lakes. I didn't actually...
No, there was a lake.
I knew there was a lake, but it was like...
I was just about to say the same thing. I'm like, I know there's a lake, but I was I didn't drive through it all that often. It was almost like a pass-through town rather than actually stop and appreciate it. Right. And that's what I was telling you, too, is not only did I find the lake, but I think it's freaking awesome. Like the little, neighboring neighborhood for that matter.
Yeah.
Some really beautiful homes that look right over it. Saw a couple of guys fishing on a boat out there.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a paddle boat or motorboat, but
I don't think it's motorboat.
Probably not.
Yeah, always check with the towns for that. But yeah, it's so funny to think of that. Like it's literally in the name, but I guess you hear it so many times over so many years.
Should make sense, but
I was like pulled up and I was like, oh wait a minute, let me check out this lake.
And it's actually called Pompton Lake, like the actual lake itself. I know for the people that live there, they're probably, these guys are idiots, right?
These guys don't know anything. But again, that's not why we're doing this.
No.
Right? We're not doing this because we're experts in every single town. And truthfully, anybody who tells you they are is lying. Right?
Of course.
We've both lived in various areas, but it's really, that's what it is, exploring New Jersey. What do we know and what can we learn and what have we learned from actually like stepping foot in the town.
Yeah.
And of course, we know people who live in Pompton Lakes and Pompton Plains. And as we continue to grow this, we're going to be reaching out to you. And we might even ask you to come on the podcast and tell us what you think of the town. So, all right. So just to get into some numbers real quick. So looking back in 2022, as far as real estate prices and sales are concerned, per the New Jersey MLS, there were 99 sold homes. So just missing one of that 100.
Fair enough.
With an average sold price of $452,382. So took about 32 days on market to sell. And let me just pull up some of the demographics here. So let's see. Again, through NJMLS's town reports, we've got a population of 11,000. The median age is 42.74. Again, we haven't quite figured out that part yet.
Yeah.
Average household size. No, this was the one, right? I think it was household size.
Oh, a half a person or something, right?
Average household size is 2.643 people.
Yep. And I'd say a wide range too of different types of homes. There were some where I was seeing these lakefront homes that I would guess are 7 figures. Good $1.5 million homes, and then there's other homes that are definitely more affordable as well. So I think that you might be able to find something for everybody there.
Yeah, and I think, even just from like driving around, the one thing I found myself noticing was like the neighborhood specifically, like it's a pretty flat town.
I noticed that, with the exception of a couple homes, like I started noticing a couple hills like on the lake, so to speak, that kind of look up. I'm sure they do that strategically to actually see over, but for the most part, it's pretty flat. I would own a bicycle if I was in that town.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, right?
But and it's like, I think because some of these towns, especially when you start to get up into that like northern Passaic County, right? You start to get into like the Ringwoods and even Wanacue.
Yep, Wanacue. It's very hilly.
Bloomingdale has some very hilly areas. So overall, I'd say it's pretty flat. There is a good amount of flood zones. So,
kind of coincides with being flat, right?
So that makes sense. So definitely, if it's a town you're looking to move to, keep that into consideration.
I'm pretty sure the actual Pompton Lake itself does funnel in through the Ramapo River. So I don't know if it's the actual Pompton Lake itself is subject to tides, and that's why there's so much flooding, or so much, flood zones for that matter.
Right.
But definitely something to take into consideration, factor that in, and make sure that's something that you're comfortable with.
Yeah. All right. And then we get into the schools. And so we know we've got 4 schools. So we've got Lakeside Middle School. We've got Pompton Lakes High School. Mm-hmm. Lennox Elementary School, and then Lincoln Elementary School. Now, we always just look at greatschools.org as a reference, but again, when it comes to schools, do your own due diligence. Everybody has different, needs for schools and expectations. So we've got Lakeside Middle School is a 7 out of 10, Lincoln Elementary 7 out of 10, Pompton Lakes High School is 6 out of 10, and Lennox School is 6 out of 10. So not too bad as far as these scores go. I mean, they're usually, 7s and 7s are good numbers from what we've seen.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a little bit about the schools. What else? I mean, I know, so what'd you say? You saw a food truck festival coming up?
Yeah, it seems like they kind of do a lot with the community. I think just being that again, it's flat. There's a downtown area. It seems like it's a good place where everybody kind of comes together. I was seeing they do something called a Pompton Day every year in September.
Yeah, so Pompton Day in September, we got some friends who do some marketing and stuff there, so we see them over at Pompton Day in September.
Big like food truck festival. They kind of like, I think they shut down, I want to say it's Wanacue Ave. Most likely.
Sense, yeah.
So they have their, as we mentioned, Pompton Day. Looks like there's a lot of like just downtown activities too. I think they're doing something. We're in May right now, so I think in a couple weeks they're doing some sort of like concert / festival of some sorts. Yeah. Seems like you could probably find something to do every weekend there.
Man, I think we're gonna have to go grab a drink or lunch
Thatcher's.
Or something and get the girls up and go. Our girls, our wives, and soon
full
to
disclaimer.
be,
Yep.
soon to be wife.
Yeah.
Go grab some dinner or something.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any good restaurants that you know of in Pompton? Didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I'm not sure if you've been to a few.
No, Pompton Lakes is not something that we've, like I said, until today. I don't even think I really fully realized that there was the downtown area there.
Yeah.
We've been to Thatcher's, of course. I mean, but Thatcher McGee's, for anyone who doesn't know, we're saying it like everybody knows it. Thatcher McGee's is like an Irish pub.
Yeah, like a Shannon Rose in Clifton, similar vibe.
It's like an Irish place, good for drinks and bar food.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The Irish traditional stuff. But and last year we did, I think we did our Red Day, which our Red Day is coming up on Thursday.
With Keller Williams.
Yeah, with Keller Williams. So we volunteer. Everybody like stops, for anyone who doesn't know, like the whole Keller Williams like
organization.
Yeah, like as a company, nationally stops for the day and all pitches in their local it's called, give where you live is like the idea. So
cool.
Anyway, we did something in Pompton Lakes. We went to Thatcher's after. It was a good time.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think Pompton Lakes is definitely, I mean, I don't want to overstate it and say hidden gem, but like Pompton, the one thing, so we do have to say this, and we don't have a ton of information on this. I remember looking at homes for clients a few years back, and there was, I believe they call it plumes, which was sort of like contamination in the water. Again, I don't want to, put this out there as like something to put down Pompton Lakes about or anything like that. I don't know enough about it to really,
address it, but don't necessarily
just do a Google search.
Either.
Yeah, just do a Google search. I know they were doing a lot to really correct it, but just maybe hit a quick Google search. Just take that into consideration if you're considering maybe a move to Pompton Lakes. But aside from that, I mean, I really think I was really impressed just driving through there today. Kind of wish I had a little more time to even just,
actually be more engulfed in the community, right?
Yeah, and I know right there on Wanacue Ave, too, I stopped and I talked to somebody in one of the shops, and he said that they're building that. Did you see the construction they were doing across from... I totally forgot. We have to mention this. Did you see, I think it was Italian and Mexican food in one restaurant?
I saw a Mexican restaurant on Wanacue Ave?
On Wanacue
downtown?
Ave. I think it's Tony's...
Oh, Tony's Pizza?
Tony's Pizza and Mexican or something like that?
I didn't put the two and two together. I thought they were separate. It's the same thing?
That's where it looks like the same thing.
That's
where we're going. Taco pizzas. But anyway, they're building some apartments there.
I did see that, actually. Yeah.
There's some concerns in the town about parking and things like that.
Yeah, it looks like they started putting quite a few, like, this isn't just for people looking to buy, too, even those that are looking to rent. It looks like there's some really nice, like, modern... apartment complexes there too. There's one called like the Edgewater Terrace or whatever, also on Wanacue Ave. I think there's a big train station there too.
Yes, there is a train station there in Pompton Lakes, and it's actually, you can take it right into the city. It looks like it's about an hour and 40 minutes from what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, it's probably not the express by any means.
Yeah, hour and a half maybe, but things always. Oh, I'm looking at the bus schedule actually. I don't know. Go on NJ Transit and see what the times look like. But there is a train station
access
there in Pompton Lakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but definitely. All right, so some takeaways. Pretty flat town.
Flat town.
There is a lake in Pompton Lakes.
There is a lake. Of course, there is potential flooding, as well as the plume. Don't mean to be the doom and gloom guy.
Doom and gloom with the plumes.
Yep.
There's the downtown
Say that 5
area,
times fast.
Downtown area, which is cool, and yeah, Tony's
Mexican
and Italian, man. I mean, I'm sold with that. Once I finish this,
I might go there tonight.
Go. All right, you guys go. Let us know how it goes. But all right, man. Well, I think that puts a bow on this one. So
cool.
Guys, as always, this is something we're working on. We're working on building, and if we miss something in Pompton Lakes that you think is important that we should have mentioned, please let us know. If there's something that we got wrong or something you just want to add because you live there or you did live there and you think it's a great town, let us know.
Call us out.
Yeah. And until next time.
Cool. Later. Take care, guys.